Cheryl, I hope you're all okay. Well, I did not expect to be able to sit outside today. It was chucking it down yesterday and it was like a bit wet again this morning, but I didn't think it'd come out this nice. The sun's coming out now. I hope it doesn't bother my eyes too much. Now I've said it, I'm thinking about it. Right, so I haven't actually finished any projects this week. It's still ongoing, and I've started a couple of other ones as well, which I'll talk about. So as the 10 stitch blanket, it's still going. I'm still on the cream colour. I drew a diagram on the computer, look at that. How good's that? And I put the centimetres in because I thought centimetres were a little more accurate for the measurements. So I measured like these lines. I can see through this paper, this is good, isn't it? And between them 2 points, like on all of them, and then added them up. So although this looks like a complete one, it isn't. I'm probably about, I don't know, I'm up to the second corner. 1, 2, yeah. But I just know if it's one number one side, it's going to be one number the other side. But I don't know what the tops are yet. I suppose I could guess. I just can't be bothered. Yeah, so that's helpful. Oh, and also, that's another thing about my measurements, I'm not sure. This is the number of measurements between each colour, the difference. So it's at least 45 centimetres, and it's at the most 49 centimetres. But if I work within that range, it should be alright to estimate. But anyway, I've had a bit of assistance in that I got a cake through the post this morning. Yeah, one of you will recognise this, and it's some coral colour sent by Kim, whose YouTube channel is Blue Cherub 82. Thank you so much for Kim. This will come in really, really handy and help me with me colours. The blanket so far is coming on. I'm about to embark on the second corner. Is it the second corner? Yeah, it's the second corner. Oh no, it might be the first corner. No, third corner, sorry, because that's the first corner, isn't it? Second. Hey, I'm losing myself. Third corner, yeah, fourth corner, because that's when you change colour, isn't it? Bit by bit. And I still haven't sewn in these bits. I will soon, promise. No, I need to do it, because if I don't, when I come to do it all at once, I'll be like, oh, so I have to. So, really, best do it while I go along, isn't it? That sun's in my eyes, I'm sorry. If my eyes start watering, it's because the sun's in my eyes. So, thank you very much for this, Kim. I really, really appreciate that, and it's going to come in so handy. Thank you. Do you know what, I was looking on my, I noticed, like, you notice your numbers go up and down with subscribers, and I thought, now I know I'm subscribed to some of those, but you can't see all of your subscribers. It depends if they share their subscriber list or something like that. For some reason you can't see everybody. So I might have many subscribers that I don't even know who they are exactly. So I can't subscribe to their channels if they've got content on there. Because some people have a channel but they don't have content, they just like use it to comment on videos and click like and that. Interact, that's the word. I knew there was a word for it. So I was going through the other day and of all the channels that I could see, and a couple of them I thought, I could have sworn I've subscribed to you before. How come I'm not anymore? Because I haven't unsubscribed from anybody. Unless YouTube have done a thing. Because sometimes they do that. Sometimes I've looked at somebody's video and saw that red button again and thought, hang on a minute, I've subscribed to you already. And I do remember it actually in particular happened with Kathy, who's Pam's sister, Pam Chatfield. I thought, hang on, I subscribed to you, why did this button come up again? So that really worried me. And how many others has it done that to? And then I thought, well, hang on a minute, just be careful, because like I do actually view YouTube as well through my iPod Touch. But it's signed into my very first YouTube account. I've only got 2. And there is some videos on there, but it isn't the genre like this channel is. It's just random videos, and the majority of them are unlisted, and I use it largely to, if I shoot a little video at home and I want to share it with my mum, it can be too big for the iMessage, it can be too big for email, and the best thing I can do is upload it to YouTube and make it unlisted. So that's what I largely use that for, but I still view and subscribe to people who I see normally anyway on this. So I thought maybe I've done it that way, subscribed on there but not on the other one, and vice, you know, whatever. But sometimes that's not necessarily true, and I don't know what's... It's weird, YouTube, isn't it? Oh, and another thing that's doing something really, really annoying. It's playing videos. You're watching a video of somebody, and like, as somebody says something and I can relate to it, I'll type the comment, but I won't post it. My goal is to post it at the end after I've watched the video. Well, they've started to play videos back to back, so you will get the next most recent video. And I'm like, I haven't posted my comment yet, and it's gone, you've eaten it. So that is really frustrating, and YouTube need to stop it. I think you should be able to elect in for that, not be forced to have it, because I wouldn't have that. It's not a good idea when you want to comment on videos. So, a couple of things I've been doing. That was not... Look, we've got some new patio furniture, you see. Let me just... And this is like it's like a footstool, but it's also a seating stool, and it's also like a side table. And I just picked the bag up off there, and it sounded like it farted. I'm sorry, that wasn't me. I had a granola yesterday, it didn't like me, but not today. I've learnt my lesson. Anyway, I started to make this pattern. It's called Spring Fling, but it was in a download. I mean, there was a whole PDF of like a magazine issue, and I don't know which one it was. Oh, Simply Crochet. But I only printed off the pages I needed. And I'm frustrated because it comes in 3 sizes, small, medium and large. Well, the medium size is too small, but the large is too big. So I'm between sizes, and I noticed that the stitches to begin with, there are 24 stitches between each size. Now, my first instinct was to just say, well, half that and 12. So 12 between the medium and the large, that might be okay. But I don't know what this pattern's going to be like as to whether that will... I mean, the first couple of rows, definitely I could get away with that. I can see there'd be no problem. But I don't know how the increases are going to work, as to whether you definitely need that appropriate stitch count. So trying to sneak on another 12 stitches between after the medium rather than the large, but 12 fewer than the large, well, I don't know. So I've tried different things. I tried doing the large size but completely in 3.5 hook, too big. Let's have I'll show you, because I did something really weird. I don't know if anybody else does this, if it's just me being weird. That's the ball band. Oh, that's the bit in there. I start on one end, it was a centre pull I started, and then I got frustrated and I need to try the other way. And so I started the other end of the yarn ball, and I will frog this. So it's lovely so far, but it's just far too big. It's supposed to be yoked down, and look at this. It's just far too big. And now I'm not sure whether this is small, because what I tried to do was just start with the base chain on a 4mm hook and then reduce it to a 3.5. And this is the medium size. Now, I think I need it might be okay. It might be okay. But I need a few more rows on here to determine whether it's going to go over my shoulders. But also maybe those few more rows will tell me whether I can get away with sneaking the extra 12 chain stitches in there. It depends on the pattern, doesn't it? Sometimes patterns you need a certain count for things, but definitely the first few rows don't need that. I'd be able to get away with it first few rows, but after that, not sure. So I'll just have to try that. And anyway, you haven't seen this yarn before, have you? This... Wait a minute. I'll pick up the yarn label. Did you get knocked then? I'm sorry if you did. It's called Delphi Fancy Yarn Fashion Durable. Is that seams? Yeah. Suit for hand knitting. That's the translation. It's from China. I think I got, what part of China? Was it Shanghai? I'm not sure exactly. But they're Delphi. And apparently it's DK, but it requires, I can't remember what hook size, it says it on the eBay. And it's 90% bamboo and 10% soy, and it feels oh so incredibly soft. And you know what it reminds me of? A newborn baby's skin. Oh, you know that softness when you stroke the cheeks. Oh, so I'm just made up with that. So I had 4 of these, and I think 4 will make that. I looked at the meterage. So I've just suspended that for the moment, because otherwise I didn't want to just get so angry at it. I didn't want to get rid of it and pour it all out and forget about it. So I thought, put it down and take a breather, because you just get yourself worked up in knots and it's no good, is it? So I decided, as I was definitely going to start on the Scuddy designed by Zoe of 24 karat crochet. I almost didn't get started on there either. I did the tension square, didn't I? And let me show you what I could have cried. And I thought, right, where am I? Where's the first one? I will not cut yarn that I'm going to frog out, so I do tension square one after another. Does anybody else do that, or is it just me? It's not what not. Right, yeah, that's the order, is it? Yeah, that's the order. So I started with a 7mm crochet hook, and I got really annoyed. It's far too big. That ended up as 6.25 inches between the 2 front post stitches. I think it's that side. Oh, I can't remember which side it is. Yeah, it's that side. So that really annoyed me. And then I realised I should have perhaps started at the very beginning rather than the next rope, because it cinches it in more. So I went down to 6mm crochet hook. I know I didn't do very much rows wise, because I thought rows, well, you can just do more. It's left and right, that's the main thing, isn't it? The space between them is 5 inches, and it's supposed to be 17 set stitches, 4 inches. So I went down to a 4mm hook, and I felt like I was losing the hook in the yarn, because it's just not the right size hook for it at all. And guess what? It was 5 inches again, just like the 6mm. And I thought, I don't know what to do. 7 is too big, 6 is too big, but it felt right, the hook size felt right. And the 5 is too big, and I thought, what am I going to do? And I nearly just like, forget about it. I thought, no, I'll just wing it, just start on it anyway, I don't care. Because you don't really need a gauge for the scarf bit, I don't think. I haven't looked that closely at the pattern, but any scarf normally I don't do a gauge. And I just thought, well, this is a hood, it can be as big as small as you like, really. As long as it fits on your head, that should be okay, shouldn't it? And maybe I can do some wonders with elastic, I don't know. Anyway, so I started it and followed the pattern. I tell you what, I'm glad I downloaded it again, because there was some changes. The file size was bigger. I think there was some photos, extra helping photos. And I looked at the video as well to reassure myself I was doing the right thing. And I've done 8 rounds so far, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's coming up really, really well, and it feels really thick and textured. So this will be nice in a bitter cold winter, won't it? And I love the colours that are coming through. So I'm quite impressed with that, and it's really easy to do. And yeah, I definitely could have followed the paper pattern without the video, but I just wanted, like I said, reassure myself, and it's fantastic. It's really good help, Zoe, thank you. But I'm really enjoying that. And, you know, I said I was a bit concerned about being variegated yarn and doing front and back post stitches, because the first time I did that it was variegated yarn and I found it hard, but I'd never done it before when I did that bag, so I was very inexperienced. Now I've got a bit more experience under my belt, another year of crochet, and look, it's quite easy. I'm really, really impressed. So I'll plug away at that, and yeah, definitely really happy with that lovely pattern, Zoe. I can't wait till it's finished. And those colours that are just coming through on the JMC Brett are gorgeous. They're huge balls though, aren't they? It's just a bit squish, isn't it? Just makes you want to cuddle it, doesn't it? Oh God, I'm daft behind. And I'm really enjoying my book that I'm reading at the moment. This, what I've noticed, it's okay. It's not a shuffle where you can go back, like on the app for Audible. I've got it on my iPod Touch. There's like a shuffle where you can go back so many seconds. This, when you go back or forward, it's a whole chapter, which it's unfortunate, but you know, it's fine. It still works. It's good. It's listenable. And each chapter, I didn't realise this until I actually looked closely the other day while I know what it was. It finished chapter 9. It started chapter 10. Or was it chapter 10 and chapter 9? I can't remember. Well, it was one chapter. Suddenly it went to the next chapter and I'm like, what? Maybe it skipped. So I went back and it was only like a 4-minute chapter. And I knew that because it has the little counter in there and it counts down the minutes of the chapter. And it didn't occur to me what those minutes were for. I thought it was counting up, but no, it's counting down each chapter, so you know how many minutes you've got left for each chapter. So you think, oh yeah, I can finish this chapter now. So yeah, so I'm really quite impressed with that. But I've got to get some more playtime in there because it has to go back on the 20th. And what date is it now? It's the 6th of August. Oh, I'm alright. Yeah, I still gotta get some playtime in there though. Because I was doing it the other day. I was washing up and I was listening to that. It was great. So that's good. Probably best to stop shooting this video now, especially because that sun's getting in my eyes. It's so lovely out here. I was going to say it's peaceful, but can you hear that lorry thundering past? I really liked participating in the accent videos, which was originated by Zoe, 24 Carat Crochet. Absolutely fantastic, and those I've listened to so far, because I know people are still making them, it's really nice listening to everybody's accents and how some of the words from different parts of the world we say the same and how some we say differently. And it's funny because like you can be in the same country as somebody and say words entirely different, whereas you have somebody in a different country and say words the same as them. And you think people in the same country would say it the same way, thereabouts. Because who was it? Somebody mentioned a boot. And I thought, the Scottish people say a boot, don't they? I think. I will have to ask Hayley. I'm sure it's them. Or Geordies. Don't they say a boot? Something like that. For about. And somebody was talking about hour. But I can't remember what that... I don't think they actually said it. I think it was written down. So I didn't really get what they were talking about. Because I couldn't hear it. And Pam mentioned two words. She put it in her list. And I definitely would have pronounced it Haverhill and Peabody. That's it. That's how I would have pronounced them. What did she say? Haverhill? Is it Haverhill, did she say? Peabody? Peabody sounds like you're gonna... That almost sounds like puberty. Peabody. Yeah. Yeah, but it's amazing. All these words said differently. I love the way people talk. It's great, isn't it? Right, so I think that is just about everything, and so I'll have to do upload this, chop the ends off, cut out all the unnecessary waffle and upload it. Why is there just 2 pegs on the line? Where's the rest of them gone? Oh, the rest of them went in the bag. Why is there just 2 off by themselves? There's a plane up there somewhere. Tell you what we have, there's like up there, the road there, there's like an army base camp. And because of that, I think it's because of that, we have Chinooks flying overhead. Huge things. And we have jets sometimes, and they whoosh, and they're quite low as well. And you're like, oh, there's a jet, and you're like in the house and you run out, but it's too late, it's gone. But it's really weird, you don't hear it from a distance, you just hear it and it's on top of you. Next week on Monday I'm going to go to another lady from Knit and Natter. She came to the house of the lady I went to last week and she said, come to my house. I went, oh, okay then. So we're going there. I'm going to pick up the lady whose house we went to last week, because she doesn't drive. So I'm going to pick her up and we're going to go across to the lady's house, so that'll be awesome. We'll have a knit and natter session there as well, but I'll probably take crochet. I don't care, I'll just take whatever. So, oh, that's awesome. It's really lovely to be able to see them. Yeah, I love seeing those ladies, really nice people. I'm so lucky to have met them. I'm so lucky to be able to go to the knit and natter group and just, because I haven't knitted in years. I think I was about 8 when my mum taught me to knit. And she must have taught me huge amounts, because when I got to the knit and natter group, well, the first thing I was doing was with scarf yarn, and that was just plain knit stitches. It was the ruffle stuff. The lady in the shop suggested that. She said, "You could make Christmas presents with that." Oh yeah. But after the first few, I was like, oh, I'm bored now. But I knew I was capable of much more, and that was it. Just flourished, discovered Ravelry, discovered all kinds of things, YouTube videos. I mean, I could knit and purl, and I can do all the various stitches, and I'd even followed patterns before. But it's funny because I was following a pattern, and I'm thinking, wow, I remember so much. I didn't really struggle with it necessarily. It might have been terminology I struggled with, but generally pattern reading, no problem. And crochet is a recent thing. October 2012 I learnt that from YouTube. My mum did try and teach me it, but I just couldn't do it. All them holes! It just confused me. I could do chain, and that was it. But if my mum had succeeded in teaching me, or I had succeeded learning from mum, then I would have been doing English terminology. Whereas because I learnt from YouTube, I didn't know. I was just picking up US terminology until until I spoke to my mum and found out they were different. So what's up there? Anyway, I'll wrap this up now and I will do the magic and I will upload it. So have a good rest of the week and a good weekend, and I will speak with you soon. Take care. Bye bye.